Hey guys, I'm pretty sure I am live. That sort of seems to be my intro for every live feed I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure I am. I'm just getting some colours together at the moment. I want something a bit pastel-y for today, and I'll discuss what we're going to be doing through the live feed in a tickety-boo when we've got a few more people on. I'm just trying to work out what colours I want. So I'm just sort of getting them together now, although they're a little bit messy because I am being messy. Trying to think where I put my towel now. Got a bit of kitchen roll I might have to use. So we've got yellow, blue, green, purple, pink, orange, I guess. And then if it's too pale, I can then just add it in. But we're going to be doing a bit of a galaxy. So I did this, on a live, I don't know how long ago. So this is the other side of it. And I did it doing acrylic pouring. I keep looking up there because that's where the camera used to be. I've had to move the camera because I've had to move the light. So I did this when I did some acrylic pouring, but I've now got to change. No, I don't have to change actually. I don't know what I'm talking about, honestly. I've got a boo-boo on my wrist and it's making me a bit cuckoo. Hi Georgina, hi MJ, hi Emily, hi Kaylee. So I thought they're just sitting in my box, and although this one came out okay, I didn't really do anything to finish it. Hi Erica, hi Jennifer. So I've decided that on the other side, I came across a couple of pictures on Google and I decided that I really liked the way that they looked. So I'm going to have a go with gouache because I'm still trying to get my head around gouache at the moment. And I'm using the Himi palette, which is the review that I did a couple of videos back. So it's the Himi palette that we're going to be using. And all the colours are pretty saturated. So I want to do something that's a bit more pastel, so a bit more watered down. So I have literally just put some colour with white in my pot. And I'm going to try and get, oh my God, where did I put the water? There. I'm going to try and get the consistency I need ready while everyone's joining us, because the consistency is pretty important. So I'm going to try and do that. I don't even know if I've made enough of each colour, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what it's about just yet. I think as much colourful as I can. So I'm just going to mix the colours. Not a bad consistency already, actually, that one. Now, bearing in mind I'm still pretty new to gouache, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. So if it turns out pretty tragic, I apologise in advance. I'll grab a clean bit of kitchen roll. Hi, Leslie. So a bit more water in here, mix the purple. We might be all right with that consistency. That's a really nice purple actually. I'm trying to squeeze off as much of the colour as I can because I don't need a huge amount for the first part. So I'm trying to get off as much as I can. I was doing alright until we became pretty poor earlier today by having to buy Madison's secondary school uniform, which was the best part of £254. Yes, that was £254, and that's not including the trousers, the socks, the tights, the shoes. So we've still got all that to buy. So, and Amelie needs an entire new uniform. And then my wrist just gave out on me, and I think I've got a bit of RSI. And you'll probably laugh at the reason why I have it too. So I'm not going to tell you why I have it. Because it's embarrassing. So yeah, my wrist is really sore. But I did get the Patreon tutorial recorded today. I have got a Fur Friday ready to edit tomorrow, which will be out for Friday. I keep looking over there. So for those of you that have been watching out for the Fur Fridays, there is one coming out this Friday. And then Jennifer made me cry because she's a naughty girl, and I'm not going to say why she made me cry yet, because I'm keeping that for a video. But that's all I'm going to say. I think this is a really nice colour palette, actually. This is going to be a new one on me. I really don't know how I'm going to do painting this, but we don't need a lot for the... Oh, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, hang on. I need to make that bigger because I'm struggling to read because of my crappy eyes. Had a full day, so great to chill out. Yeah, you come along and chill. That's all anybody needs to do today. Okay. I might show you halfway if you behave, but she legitimately made me cry. I was already like, when the parcel come through the door, I was like, hang on a minute, I know where that's come from. What's this? I haven't ordered anything. I don't think I've ordered anything. Did I forget something? What's going on? And then I opened it and I was like, no way, you're kidding me. So naughty. Just making the green a little bit darker because I think there's too much white in that. But that is a really nice pastel rainbow selection of colours there. Oh, I got no grip. I can't grip anything. So annoying. Now, I'm still pretty new to blending gouache, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. So, we'll give it a go though, eh? Oh, the wrist details. Oh, okay. I can tell you about that. So, if any of you play World of Warcraft, which I know MJ used to, still do. I think Aiden still does, doesn't he? I've had like 3 solid evenings of playing, and MJ will know this, but this finger here, this middle finger sits on your W key, this sits on your S, this sits on your A, no, D, and that goes between S and W. And every time I move my middle finger right now, or I try and grip, I get a shooting pain go from my finger all the way down the side of my wrist, and my hand swollen up. So I got really bad RSI and arm pain from my shoulder from playing World of Warcraft for about 4 or 5 hours in the evening to about 2 o'clock in the morning. So self-inflicted, I'm afraid. Not feeling bad because the expansion pack comes out soon, and I'm trying to get one of my characters up to level 120 before the expansion pack comes out, because they reduce the levels, which means that if I don't hit 120, they're going to reduce me and leveling will be harder. So that's the plan. Okay. So the image that I saw was like this sort of rainbow pathway going in between some mountains, and I really liked the idea of doing something similar on this. So about halfway, maybe a little bit, I'm just going to sketch it in sort of here. I'm going to have a galaxy sky up the top. Probably best I did the galaxy sky first, actually. I know, isn't it? The trouble is I play Warcraft a lot, but I don't generally play it a lot of hours in one go. And I haven't been able to get very comfortable on my desk lately, so I adjusted the way that my keyboard was. And because my keyboard isn't angled either, I don't think that helps, because it's just a little Mac keyboard. So, yeah. Stupid reason. And I think I was holding my... when Maddie was getting her uniform measured and all that sort of stuff today, I was holding her teddy, and I think I might have held it a bit weird, so I don't think that's helped either. It is wood. Do you remember when I did the acrylic pouring? I don't know if you remember, I did it on 3 different size woods. So I got John to paint the back because I haven't got much grip. He painted the back for me. Golfer's elbow. Dear. Yeah, I got him to paint the back for me, and I thought, you know what, we'll do a gouache. I don't know. I just needed to do something that wasn't too intense today, because, as I say, my wrist really, really does hurt, and my hands really swollen up compared to the other ones. So, yeah. So I really don't actually know what I'm doing. So we're playing this by ear. So I'm guessing I'm going to go lighter colours up the top as it gets closer to the galaxy. So let's go pink, purple, blue, green, or I don't know what way. Let me have a look. I quite like that. Ow. Oh, see, I just landed on it funny. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to do it that, I think. I quite like that. You can buy these as scraps. I don't know. Wendy's not here. Wendy would know because I can't remember the lady's name. She's really bad. I've never been able to pronounce the name properly either. Let me just move this bag. So somebody purchased some designs from me to have as these cutting templates on wood. And byproduct of having these cutting templates on wood is the inner backings sometimes. So depending on what they're doing, but they give you a backing piece each time. So I've actually used the backing pieces to do the painting on. So these were the designs that you can now get in wood. But these are my Alice in Wonderland designs. So that's what I'm using, the wood. But it's just like a ply board. So I can imagine you could probably get these cheap quite a few places, I imagine. They came out so well, actually, the Puddy Woodies. I was really pleased, but I'm really annoyed because I forgot to get a scan and I forgot to get a proper photo, which is really annoying. But that's what I do. Apparently, I do that all the time. So we're going to do it in reverse. I'm going to do yellow at the top. As I say, I'm not used to working with gouache, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So yeah, you're going to be learning with me today, I'm afraid, guys, because I'm a bit clueless. By the looks of it, it's going to need 2 coats. I might have made it a little bit too thin. I could probably do with a bit of a darker orange as well to blend. What have I done there? I've done yellow, orange, green, which is going to end up being brown. It shouldn't take long in between each coat either. I just wanted to do something really colourful against the black. The only trouble is the gouache dries matte and the paint that we've used on the backing isn't matte, it's shiny. So what I may have to do is use some of the gouache black and paint over the top. That sounds good. I don't get what happened to chat. It disappears and then I have to go out and back and oh no, that's a pain. Oh, nice. I like unusual shaped canvases. Oh, I probably should have gone straight into the green. Never mind, let's do that now. The green really feels a bit thicker. Oh yes, that's quite a big difference, but I'm definitely going to need 2 coats, I think. Please don't laugh at my gouache skills. I am still learning. But we'll give it our best shot. It's not going to blend into that. I'll just put gouache on my desk now. I think as well, because the surface is quite glossy and shiny, I'm not really entirely sure how that's even going to blend. Is that even blending? I know not. And then I drop the paintbrush in the green because that's what we do. Just going to blend that into the yellow. Definitely needs 2 coats. Cover that. Now the blue. Just going to smush it down into the green a bit more. That blends better, obviously, but you know. I should have put a white coat down first. I can't believe I didn't do that. That's really silly. I have actually got a packet of digestives over there on the desk, and I've already had 4 in my coffee. So I'm trying to avoid having any more right now. Not that I do a very good job of that. Blendy blend, blendy blend, blendy blendy, blend blend. Come on. It's not too bad, I suppose, after a second coat. I have got the dreaded hairdryer with me, just in case, by the way. Go away, Bixby, didn't say anything to you. Right, pink. I quite like the way they work together tonally. I think that's worked pretty well. Let's swirl over that bit. Trying to keep my brush fairly dry to just help the blending. I find dry blushes, oh my goodness gracious, I really can't talk today. God, you can tell I'm concentrating. You can hear the tension in the room. So I'm just going one way with the colour, and then I'm coming back in with the other way just to try and get that blend a little bit. So that's sort of first layer down. That looks all right, I think. Doesn't look terrible. Oh my God, the kids have had them, right? No word of a lie. My cats are acting like they haven't been fed in 12 years. And my kids got some party rings out of the cupboard yesterday, and I said you can have one of each colour in and that's it, there's no more for today. And so she left the packet open on the table. Next thing I know, I hear something fall on the floor, and it's the cats licking the sugar off the party rings. So I put them back in the tray, I get them up in the cupboard, and then this morning, well I say this morning, by the time we come back from the uniform fitting, they were like, oh, can I have some more party rings? Right, okay. Why are you getting the new packet out? Where's the old packet? Like the half packet that was there yesterday? Oh, I don't know. So you don't remember eating them? I don't know. You honestly don't remember eating them? I'm really not sure. Really? So she's clearly helped herself this morning to the entirety of the party rings biscuit. Really, really annoying. Okay. I'm going to let it dry off a little bit more, I think. It's starting to dry up here. And I'm not going to worry about going over the edges because I'm going to come in with the black gouache later on. But I want to do some like pale... I don't even know how to describe it. In fact, I don't... That's a pretty crappy brush. I need to find a better one, which I don't think I'm going to do easily. Oh God. Where is it? I don't know where it is. It's not in here. Oh, I don't know. I'll try with what I've got. I'll show you what I mean when I do it. Today I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer so you can see. Oh, just... The thing is because of, I don't even know how to describe it actually, but it's a mixture of her autism and the sensory processing. Because she doesn't know how to completely stimulate or regulate, and she doesn't really want to listen to people that know best. Food is her source, and it always has been, even when she was a baby. She's so sensory directed in the mouth that she just constantly wants high flavour food. So of course it's quite common in autistic children and sensory processing that they hunt for sugar. Whether it be in, like, she's just eaten a whole pomegranate, so whether it be in fruit or sweets. And she hyper focuses on things when she gets in this mood. So if she wants an ice cream and you go out and you walk past an ice cream shop, that's it. That's your whole entire day done for, unless you go and get an ice cream. And a lot of people will just go, oh, well, that's just her being a child and bending you around your little finger. But trust me, it's not. When we had her assessed, one of the ladies said something to me and it just made so much sense. And she said, you can tell when a child is having a meltdown compared to a child that's having a tantrum. And a child that's having a tantrum, once you give them what they want, will stop. They'll stop having a paddy, they'll stop crying, they'll calm down, and they'll be happy the minute you give them what they want. A child having a meltdown won't. They'll continue to be miserable for at least another half an hour. So, yeah, a lot of people, as you can imagine, whether we like to admit it or not, we're all quick to judge. So yeah, when everybody thinks she's having a paddy, actually it's not. She's having a full-blown meltdown. Which for her feels horrendous because it peaks her anxiety levels and she goes from here to here, like within seconds. When it's partly dry, I'm going to go backwards and forwards to almost give it a bit of a movement, if that makes sense, like when you get it in a reflection. Really shouldn't have gone to orange to green because it's just mud. Once I get the details in on the side, it will make much more sense, I promise. Need to wait for that to dry before I can blend that much more. It's not too bad when you've got two coats on, actually. You don't really need the white underneath, I don't think. When I'm doing the blend, I'm just rubbing off a bit of excess. So when I come back and do the green, I haven't got so much blue on my brush, so it just makes it a bit easier, I find. Didn't want to do that. It's not quite as transitioned as smoothly as I would like it, but it will do for now. It's a graphite portrait. But it's something a little bit different to normal. You after a sneak peek? If I can find it easily. I think it's in the scanner. Yeah, it is, because I never actually got round to scanning it. Hi, Wendy. I'm going to just let that dry slightly. It needs to dry a little bit. And then I'm going to get this soft brush and I'm going to brush left and right and see where we go. So we'll see what happens. Thank you, Olifanti. I don't think I've ever pronounced it right. That's why I didn't want to try and pronounce it. I'm going to try not and drop this on the paint. I don't know if you're going to even be able to see her. Hang on, let me zoom out. Let's come right up. You see that? There's quite a lot of graphite shine on there. So that's what you're going to be doing in July. That's your tutorial. I'm going to teach you how to do the denim, the hair, the messy hair. That's sort of the main focus really on why I chose this particular tutorial, is how to get the texture and how to get the hair. I can't believe the delay between, there's like a 5-6 second delay. It's crazy. So if you want to learn how to do that, come and join the Patreon. Right, I'm now going to use my brush. I'm hoping I'm going to go light first. Down. I think that's working-ish. Don't understand why that blue's dried much slower than the other colours. Makes no sense. We'll give you a chance to tell us to go darker. That gets mentioned. Oh yes. The tutorials are done on a monthly subscription, my lovely. So it's $6. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't do it in UK pounds. Well, it does now. But because I was a patron before it changed, or a creator before it changed, I can't actually change it to pounds, which is really frustrating. The new sellers can, but the old ones don't seem to have the function to do so, which is very annoying. But it's $6 a month, basically, and you have access to every single Patreon tutorial that has been released so far. So you don't just get July's, you get all of last year's, year before, etc. Right, I'm going to get a bit of watered down white. Hi, Rob. Grab a bit of white. Just get a nice consistency. I'm slowly starting to learn the consistency that is needed for gouache. Getting there. It's a bit too thin at the moment. I'm just mixing it off camera at the moment. still a tiny bit too thin, but I'll be here forever. Okay, so I'm just going to dip the very tip, oh god, I do hope this doesn't go wrong, into the white. And I'm going to take a bit of the excess off. I'm just going to go backwards and forwards across the Rainbow River. Yep, happy with that. I'm going to leave the colours there because I'm going to try and use them in the Galaxy. In fact, let's do that now. So while that's drying, I'm now going to change the type of brush that I'm using. I want a round... Oh, you might do the job nicely. Or even you. Okay, I'm trying to think of the best way I can to do this. I want it to have a bit of texture, so I don't want to be too light. So we're going to go dark blue on the outer edge, which you can barely probably see. And then I'm going to come in a bit lighter. Lighter again. That then gives me the base. Let's get some of that off. You'll see I dry clean it rather than wet clean it. Eep. Oh, hi Evie. Gouache is like a mix of acrylic and watercolour. There's actually an entire video about this particular palette and what gouache is, but there's three different types. You've got graphic gouache, which tends to not be reactivated, or acrylic gouache. You can't reactivate it once it's dried. You've got this type of gouache that dries very flat and very matte and works similar to, as I say, acrylic and watercolour. But when you wet it, you can reactivate it again. And then there's another type, but I can't remember the difference. So let's go in with the light blue. This really is, pardon the pun, literally stabbing in the dark at the moment because I'm just sort of trying to have a bit of fun with it. So let's go back in with the darker of the blue. Blend that again. It's quite nice that you have so many blues in the palette. It can be a tricky medium to get the hang of, and I am still getting the hang of it. I am by no means an expert. I am still working it out. And you have to really get it the right consistency. Otherwise, you don't get really nice smooth lines. I was going to say a joke, but I best not. I'm so proud of myself not saying it. I'm so well behaved. Well, if it's not too not age appropriate, you'll have to come tell us in the group. Okay. How are we looking? Quite like the look of that. Dry clean as well. It's all going through on my desk now, so I really could have done with grabbing myself an extra bit of kitchen roll, but I'm gonna have to wet clean it, I think. You can wet clean your brushes, but you just need to make sure that you, ideally, you want it as dry as possible before you go to your paint again. You can get a really wet consistency, and that gives you very much a watercolour vibe. But if you want nice clean lines, like you'll see on the gouache video, it's only about 2 weeks ago I think I put it out, but you'll see there the consistency you need to get some really nice smooth lines. Right, I want to go, I probably should have gone in the opposite direction, almost a bit of a reflection on the way that the just get that blended. It's not looking too bad. I suppose it does depend on your sense of humour, I guess. Okay, right. Oh, that's quite a good app, that, isn't it? Right, rather than go white, I think I'm going to go this pale yellow. And then have white maybe in the very centre. Just a thin... I need to let that dry a little bit. It looks like lightning more than a galaxy, but I guess we haven't got any stars happening on here yet, have we? That needs to be darker. I quite liked the way it looked with that dark section. Right, let me see about cleaning the river up now. Clean that up. Ah, ow. Right, okay. Can't really do much on the top yet until that's dry, so I'm just going to clean down here up a bit. I am going on quite thick, but I want it quite thick, so I'm not worried too much about super clean lines at the moment. Yeah, it really did look like lightning, didn't it? I'll fiddle about with it more when it's dry, because it needs, I think it needs a second punch of colour like the river did. So that just cleans that up enough. outline this side. I'm just going to put some details in. Why does that suddenly look like a sky of its own down here? Do you know, I really like that. What if that was its own sky? So you had like two? Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's so tempting. Oh, my brain cogs are whirring. Okay. Thumbs up if you think I should turn this into a second sky, and we have almost like the galaxy feeding into the sky rather than the river feeding into the galaxy. I don't know. What do you guys think? They just remind me of little clouds. I don't think there's enough moderators in the world to keep you in check, young man. Hi! You're up early or late, depending on what way round it is. Do you know, I like the idea. And do you know what? I sort of had something in my head earlier because I have this stencil and I love the idea of having a balloon in there. Do you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's have it here. I probably could have done it with, need a stencils brush. Let's try that one as it's a bit drier, cleaner and wider. I think I've gone over a couple of areas, but I'm going to do something else to recover that. My fingers are stuck to the blue. Okay, so that gives us a base to work on. Let's fill that space up. I'm going to put extra strings and things on it just so it looks a little bit less like a stencil. Oh, I like that. Just a suitable one. I don't actually have a stencil brush, which is probably something I need to put on my wish list, because it wouldn't hurt to have something. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, I think, to pair it up as such. Hi Vicky. I'm going to like where it's yellow, I'm going to grab some of that yellow and I'm going to bring some of that out like a cloud. I might have to double coat this, guys, because see some of the coats are still. So let's bring some of the green. I think we're going to go down to the purple. Yeah, that's the wrong list, my lovely. That's the wish I hadn't brought it, but I really need it, but nobody's going to know about it because that's my wish list that everybody thinks I have, but I've actually done it. Staying home and staying safe. That sounds good to me. Okay, purple, pink, wasn't it? Pink. Yeah, the black's still drying, so I'm going to need to probably do another coat. Maybe I should just... I'm wondering if I should just rough around the edges. I love how things develop. I think I want the edges a little bit softer. Yes, happy with that. Okay, now don't mind the black merging in a little bit because it's like the clouds rolling over, if that makes sense. So I'll wait for that to dry. And then I can do more. So I'm going to go in with the purple next. So I've still got a fair wax, so I can reactivate that whenever you want. The joy of gouache actually is you can do it with watercolour as well. You can get like a little mini watercolour pan palette, which is empty, and then you can put your gouache colours in there, let it dry, and then you can just reactivate it with water. In the process of painting all the walls white in my house. Oh, exciting times. So we're going to soften this out a bit. I definitely think it looks nicer softened. I think if I go over that, it won't look quite so odd. I told you I probably should have made more colour. I'm actually using a makeup brush right now. It's not even a paintbrush, it's a makeup brush. Let's just soften that edge. Come out a little bit. I'm still going to put stars on the black area, I think. I know, the TikTok lives have been really busy. exciting, really. It was lovely to have so many there yesterday. And apart from the odd one or two people, it's actually been really friendly. I've heard that too, funnily enough. I got inspired by this rainbow river that I saw that had black rocks in it, and then it sort of had like a sun in the background, but the sun was rainbow too. And I liked the idea of doing this oh God, this river rainbow. But obviously, you know me, guys, I don't like copying anybody else's idea. I like to make it my own and original, but it inspired me to do this. But now we're doing this, it's sort of, I don't know, it feels like we're sort of rifting, if you know what I mean. So sort of having a peer through, and I love that idea. This is what I love, is that you see something that inspires you, you play on that, and then all of a sudden your brain just goes into gear, and then you think, well, I'm going to try that, and then I'm going to try that, and it just really works when you start getting into it. Yeah, so, you know, that's why you can always let other people inspire you, but you should never copy them. But yeah, I was inspired by somebody's work that I saw, but river rainbow with rocks and stuff on it. It should be a bit drier up here now. Hopefully. Just want to, as I say, just soften those edges. I don't know why it reminds me of a bonsai tree. While I'm here. Get it all merging. I love the story of it all merging up. I think I'm going to have to get myself some resin to put on top of this. I think it would look gorgeous under resin. That's why it's so good. Yeah, it certainly has its bonuses, doesn't it? Blue. I think that's why that's looking odd, because it's the wrong colour in the wrong place here. Just painted all over my desk, whoopsie daisy. Just a couple more layers just to strengthen. Yeah, it really does remind me of a bonsai tree. That yellow could do with being a bit stronger. I'm going to be lazy and get another brush because it's getting really grubby. Ooh, actually that might work. Got a bit black on the paintbrush, which ideally I didn't want to do, but it doesn't look terrible. So reactivate the orange. Get that on the edges. orange that side. Yeah, I think that's looking more cohesive now. Like one is running into the other, which is what I wanted it to do. So that's made me feel a bit better. Right, so the pink needs brightening a bit. I'm going to add a bit more white in there. Oh, that's the perfect gouache consistency. That's better. And then I need a soft brush. That should be dry. I'm just going to drag that so it blends into the background a little bit better. I am using, I'm going to forget, it's a Canon, Canon 200D. It was sort of one of the most affordable that I could afford at the time. But it is a really, really good, I did so much research, I did months of research. And this one came out as sort of like a, I'd say budget, it still wasn't cheap. But it came out as one of the best to use at the time. Obviously things have come out since then, but it does me absolutely brilliantly. It's a really good camera. And it takes amazing photos too. I'm going to try and do a little bit of gentle blending, but I don't want it to be outrageous. Just on the edges here. So I've just wet my brush just to give the paint a bit of translucency. So we have much more of a fade out, if that makes sense. Do you know what? I honestly didn't think this was going to take so long, but I seem to have got a little bit into it. Okay, we need to fix that blue. Yeah, supposedly the United States, because it's classed as a Chinese app, but actually one of the main head offices is in the United States, so I don't quite know. I think the developers as well are the United States. Georgina, the link to Benita's Patreon is in the write-up. Yes, that is true. Sorry, did somebody ask about Patreon? Apologies, did I miss something, Georgina? Sort of super concentrating, so sort of might have missed what you asked, so apologies. A little bit more green, and then we're going to turn it and sort the Galaxy out again, I think, as I'm running out of paint now and I don't really want to refresh the paint palette. And somehow I've managed to get black on there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to merge them up even more. Have it really merging in. Move the mouse before I get that dirty. So you can see the shine from the acrylic base it's had. So I'm trying to put a bit more gouache on it so it dries matte. I'm not overly worried, but it can sometimes be a little bit annoying, but... Oh, okay. I have a Sony that is kind of hybrid between point and shoot. This is pretty much what this is a DSLR, digital manual. So yeah, yes, it's very similar. Sony are really good cameras. Can't change the lens, but it's high pixel. Oh, I think, is it like one of the small square ones? Because I was looking at Sony. But I'm a keen photographer as well, so I like to have it that I can change the lens, and I need to because the lens I have on this isn't a silent motor, which is really annoying. So that's what I plan to do, but I need to save up because you're looking about 160 quid for that. But I need to have it on a silent motor for when I do the vlogs, otherwise all you can hear is the zoom going in and out, and it's really quite frustrating. I'm not the best as you do, but I draw somehow, but not enough views and subscribers as an artist. Honestly, I'm the last person to give you tips. I really, really struggle. I am really trying to up my subscriber count at the moment, but it's pretty slow going. One tip that I was always told is that if you're going to do a YouTube video, try and answer a question, because most people sort of start to follow you because you're solving a problem. I'm going to take the yellow out because I'm not that keen on the yellow, so I'm just going to take some of that out a little bit. I just not keen on what's happening. Other brush. I'm going to mix. I don't like it. I'm going to do that. Definitely upload regularly, yeah. On things like TikTok, you don't really need to upload more than once a day. I used to upload once a day, but in all fairness, my TikTok has gone from nearly getting 1 million views, one of them has nearly 1 million views, to barely reaching 2,000 views at the moment. So everything's pretty fickle. My Instagram has been shadow banned, which has really peeved me off because I've done nothing wrong. So currently my reach is about 150 people. And my Facebook, I just let poodle along. If you get something like Instagram, for example, if you post on Instagram, you can send your Instagram post out to your Facebook channel and out to your Twitter channel. So it saves you having to do both or all three. So one job, do you get it done twice. But I've learned the hard way. Wendy will tell you this, that you really just have to maybe focus on a handful of plates. I have too many plates in the air at the moment. Less than 10,000 YouTube channels have 1 million or more subs. Oh yeah, I mean it does take many years to... I mean, in reality, my YouTube channel, it has only really been active in the approach that I'm doing things since April last year. So it's... No, April this year. Last year. So it's just been over a year since I've been actively working on my channel. I'm going to bring some of the purple in. But definitely a regular social media presence. You need to be posting regularly. and replying, and you know, if you get comments, try and reply to as many as you can. People really like somebody who's approachable, so if you can sort of remain approachable, then that's even better. Oh, it's going to be fun putting these stars in. I'm going to try and do a similar effect because I really like how soft that is compared to what I'm doing here. So I'm going to try and do something a bit similar, just to maybe try and tie it in a little bit. They're watching Hotel Transylvania next door. I can hear them laughing. There we go. Also keep posts relatable as well. That's one thing I have learned is, you know, ask questions, get people involved in decisions that you need to make. You know, if you don't know what to do art wise, maybe ask. I keep looking over there because my camera's normally used to being there. Right, let's add a bit of pink. Fiddling really shouldn't be, but I'm liking the way it's coming out. It's funny, isn't it, how one idea just evolves. You can just take one simple idea . Sorry, I'm going really quiet. I'm in my, as I say, if you can't hear the cogs whirring, I'm very surprised. I've never been good at painting galaxies. Like snacks can turn into, yeah, full on kitchen raid. Yeah, here you there. Okay, so yellow is probably the only one we haven't quite evolved out yet, so I'm just going to do that next. black on my brush than I thought, so I might have to come in and use some pretty bright yellow. Oh, it's irritating. Right, just leave. Leave. It needs to dry. It needs to dry. It needs to dry. I don't think... Try and neaten up that line. Oh, I'm holding my breath. You can barely see that, can't you? Alright, I'm going to do a little bit more white up the middle once it's dried a little bit more. I'm wondering now if I just maybe like almost highlights under the cloud. Probably need to blend them out a bit more, but can't go up to that yellow yet. Oh, it's so quiet in here. All I can hear is the whirring of my Mac. It's bliss. But I'm going to bring it up as close as I can so you can see the mess that is the creation so far. But I'm really liking it. I think once, can you see what I mean about the shine compared to where the gouache is? So I think I'm going to have to do some more coats of the gouache just so it's not so shiny. Because that is going to do my caboodling. Try and get it a bit more spacey as well while we're at it. Need to apply it a bit thicker, that's all, just so it's not quite so transparent. Soften that up with my big brush. I'm just very lightly doing circular motions, and it just helps soften it all up a bit. Oh, apart from when you get some stray brush strands. Oh, that's annoying. Ah. Get off. Nothing to see here. What am I missing? Who's having a 90th? I keep missing all your wonderful chat. I'm really sorry, guys. Yeah, it's coming together all right, isn't it? Slowly but surely. I'm going to do a nice, hopefully strong line down the middle. Soften those edges a bit. Oh, that's healed really nicely, actually. Now it's just my wrist. But it's healed really nicely. And I'm not going to tell you what I had to do a couple of days ago. But, yeah, I had to remove a certain something because it was getting a bit flappy. But other than that, it's actually healed really nicely. And I was really concerned about the nail. But actually, I think even that's going to be okay. God, that did hurt. It really did hurt. Oh dear. Clean up the yellow because it just, I don't know, it just feels really muddy. Need to get that blend. There we go, that's better. Actually, I quite like it when I go in with strong pigment. I might just do that. I might work straight from the palette. Makes those colours much stronger. I'm pretty sure it's down to extreme gaming. Bye, Wendy. Ah, good idea. Like the green I can't really do straight on because it's such a pale green. So I'm going to lighten that colour up and just go over the top a bit. Without losing too much of the birds. Bit of the white. Actually, do you know, I think I would. I think I prefer the gouache as a solid medium rather than trying to water it down. I think it works better as a solid medium. I probably should have stuck with that, but I told you I'm still learning. I need to stop fiddling now, don't I? I am just pretty much fiddling. So let's just stop. She says while she carries on. I think the best thing to do at the moment, Joe, is to just go with the flow. There's no point in putting any pressure on yourself. You know, when you lose your mojo, it's a clear sign really that you need to start having a bit of a break and just taking a bit of time out. So you'll get it back. You've got a lot going on at the moment. Awful lot going on at the moment. Just blending that out a bit so the lines aren't so strong. Right, let's work on the stars, shall we? Because I don't really think it needs anything else done to the sky unless you think it does. Pretty sure that's dry enough. And I'm thinking Posca pen. Give it a good shake. I think the actual camera's probably better up there. What do you think? It's only because my lights have to be moved that all you would see is light. Okay, so we've got... Can't even get the lid off. We got big, and which has still got black on it. That's when I did the painting last time. Still alright though. I'll do some big and then I'm going to do some small. I can't do the old toothbrush thing because my entire desk and my entire office wall would just be covered in paint. I hang a lot of my artwork in front of me. Don't do too many big ones, but try with the acrylic ink because I could tap that. Or I could just walk down gouache, couldn't I really? I do have commission to do, but I'm exhausted. Bless you. That is again on my wish list. I really want a range of Posca pens. I'm really limited and I only really buy them when I really need them. So I sort of get them every now and then, but they are again an indulgence. I really need clean water. So I'm going to use the acrylic paint ink. if I can open it. Let's see. God, please don't get ink, paint, whatever the word is I'm trying to look for. Apparently I can't talk today for love nor money. Let's go with... Oh God, that's covered in something. This is what happens when you let your kids come in and paint. Okay, just trying to get some bigger splops off first because I don't want them. It's going everywhere. Gentle taps. God, that little bit's gone a long way. Splodge of water there, get off. Yeah, pretty much a gaming strain, that's all I can say. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute! Do you think I should paint more of the... I've used about 50 brushes on this painting and I really didn't need to. I'm going to paint more of that back in. Just those two, I think. Put the bird back in.
Good to go?
I've almost done actually, so I will wait till I've finished and then I can sit on the sofa with my feet up. I do think I'm done. I really like the way that's come out. I don't think I can catch up with everybody. One is setting me up. What am I setting you up with? I would. If it's for Christmas, just take some time out. You've got so much going on, take time out. Okay, I'm really scared. Rob, what am I setting you up with? My bro is after your picture. Which picture? Oh, I'm sitting on it. See, I'm your TV entertainment, guys. That's why you come here on a Wednesday. I might not do full-blown tutorials, but heck, hopefully I'm teaching you a few things and giving you some ideas to have a go at doing stuff yourself. I'm really pleased with how that's come out, actually. My desk looks like a paint explosion has happened. But hey, I've had fun, who cares? It's my desk. I can make a mess if I want to. Bon, you said rude things. Did I? When did I say rude things? By the way, I did actually manage to go back and edit out the word from the other week, thankfully, because another YouTuber got a video taken down because of bad language. So I thought, oh, it was an accident, but it's still best to go and Yeah, take it down. Look at that. Perfectly clean. I'm going to have a tidy of my desk and then we can have a look at the final picture. Ping me a message later, Joe. It needs varnish on top. It most definitely needs a varnish. I'm going to have to wait for it to dry for a few days, and because it's water activated, I need to be really, really careful when I varnish it. There's one thing left to do. I wonder if I can do that with... Did I? What did I say? I do make a complete and utter mess. I mean, look at my hands. I can't even turn that wrist, but... These, can I? Oh, I can. 2020. Might have to scan that in. That'd make a really nice print. Can you imagine that on a nice print? Just this beautiful round in the middle. I'm going to do that, and now I'm going to do some wording around the outside. Okay, I'm going to zoom you in a touch so you can see. I'm really pleased with that. So when I get the varnish over, it will match up with all this. But I really like how it feels like it's... The point was to make it all raggedy, so it feels like it's been flying for absolutely ages. Little birds. Look at the little birdie wordies. They're cute. And then we pour up. I'm glad I sorted that blend out. That blend really needed sorting out. Did I? I didn't. What did I say, Rob? You need to message me what I said. God, I love art. I love art so much. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you love art. You've got to give me a thumbs up because the YouTube algorithms love it. And the thumbs up are beautiful. And there's always like 11 or 15 people watching and I get like 7 thumbs up. So if you could, please, thank you muchly. I'm asking really, really kindly. I don't know what next week's live is going to be about. But Friday, you are going to get the tutorial on this. It's quite hard to show you because it's all shiny. So you're going to get Friday tutorial on that. Then Monday, there'll be another video out. And I'll do my best anyway. But this has been horrendous. Rob's winding me up. Trying to get recording time done. It's taken me a week to throw everyone out of the office. My time, I'm recording. So there you go. It's always your mind. Get it out the gutter, young man. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Right, guys, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whichever it may be when you're watching this. Thank you so much for joining me live. Please have a go. This was so much fun. You can use acrylic. You don't have to use gouache. You can even use oil paint. So give it a go and tag Benita Doodles if you do share it. Be great. But I shall see you guys in the next video or in my group or on my Insta or on my Twitter or on my TikTok. Either way, I'll see you there. Take care, guys. Guys. Bye.